Dan, he done up now. Wootton has been sacked by Mail Online a day after GB News suspension. Now, I was going to do a video about the suspension, but something said, Lord Everett, wait, because brighter days are coming. And did they come? So what did it take for Dan to finally be sacked? It wasn't the disparaging comments that he has made against Meghan and has allowed his guests to make against Meghan and her mom, nor did his Martin branding scandal in which GB News refused to investigate. I mean, he even had a guy on the show that said this about Doria.
I really got to remind people that his mother-in-law, Doria, when she met Meghan's father, was in fact a drug dealer.
It wasn't any of that. It was remarks made by this guy, former actor, I don't know, Lawrence Fox, who said some very misogynistic and disparaging made disparaging comments about a journalist. The journalist being Ava Evans. Now, I am not going to say what Lawrence said about Ava. You can YouTube it, Google it, it's all over. And trust me when I say it's in line and on par with the content that GB News and Dan Wootton tends to put out. What alarms me the most, and don't get me wrong, I'm happy for the day that he is having, and I'm going to make it about race a little bit because I can. It took for a white woman to be publicly humiliated just one time versus the only woman of color in the royal family that has been disrespected, talked about poorly. Mother talked about poorly. The father is seemingly left alone because why? Even though he is the exact thing that they claim Meghan to be, a narcissist that is trying to capitalize on the name of the royal family. That's Thomas Markle and the other Markles. But it just took one time. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call in-your-face racism. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the clear distinction between Meghan and people that are not Meghan. Oh, and this guy, Lawrence Fox, he threw Dan Wootton under the bus. But they normally throw each other under the bus to save themselves. Dan tweeted out yesterday, "Dear @Ava, I think you're brilliant. Earlier tonight, I was attempting to find your tweets to read back from my iPad and couldn't locate them. I apologize for what was said during the course of my show and should have done this immediately on air. This is not what our channel is about." Baby, if that is not a walking contradiction. And the fact that all this is happening on the day that the second Dumbledore, my Dumbledore, passed away. Rest in peace, Dumbledore, by the way. Dan then penned this long apology on Twitter saying that he wanted to reiterate his regret over last night's exchange with Lawrence on GB News. Having looked at the footage, he can see now how inappropriate his reaction to meaning Lawrence's totally unacceptable remarks appeared to be, and want to be clear that he in no way was amused by the comments. It aired. You didn't stop him right then and there. It aired.
I smell something. Bullshit.
Ting. Therefore, I am going to do as I said in 2019, stare and Duchess of Sussex. These are just my initial thoughts on the matter. Go ahead and make sure you comment. Let's keep the conversation flowing in the comments. Like, share. And if you're not following me, why not? This is the good side of TikTok.